Nice to see you, Artem. Nice to see you.
Yes,
Yeah.
hello, Alex. Hello, Alex.
How is your day in California?
Oh, it's
in
awesome.
Silicon Valley?
As you can see, it's very sunny. Today, I've decided to open the garage door. It's actually how I work every day. And I really like this place. As you know, it seems like you are at the house and outside at the same time. So I've met lots of my neighbors here, and yeah, it's very, very, very exciting to work in this environment where when the life is all the time is all around you. Yeah. Thanks. How is your day? I know it's now in Kiev is very, very intense.
It's raining. It's raining. Yeah, it's raining heavily. Yeah, but that's not because it was very hot. So it's nice to have a little bit of rain.
Yeah.
So Artem,
as I know, not only rain is dropping. Sometimes something
luckily,
else.
yeah, only yeah. Let it rain, just with water.
They already have an umbrella, a special umbrella that can protect you from everything that is dropping from the sky.
Yeah, we are developing artificial intelligence umbrella that will protect us. Yes, we will bring us all the good ideas and will protect us from all the negative effects. And Artem, so I know that you are excited about artificial intelligence, and it is like a hot topic on the internet. And it sounds like it's a good idea. You see, for example, if we implement this idea like artificial intelligence, and it will work day and night and will make money for us. And we, yeah, so it will work for us. But could you give us some examples of some startups or some companies that are successfully using artificial intelligence, and they are attracting clients and making generating some profit using artificial intelligence?
Yeah, as usual, I will not promote specific companies as nobody is sponsoring us right
Not yet. But I know that several top people are already lining to sponsor your channel, Artem.
Yeah. Now only we sponsor by ourselves. That's great. So, artificial intelligence is something like a nuclear power in
power, yeah.
1940. Yeah. So now it's so exciting and also so scary at the same time. And that's why it's so important to talk about ethics. Every great technology, it brings you a lot of possibilities, like amazing. It's completely new world that can really thrive. It could be very prosperous, but in the same time it brings us these unknown dangers that's and threats that at the same time can change our life also dramatically. So, but this is life. It's always like this. You cannot experience life without all this dramatic changing.
Yeah, I understand. So it's like artificial intelligence is a little bit like nuclear power. So it's very powerful on the one hand, but on the other hand, we need to be a little bit careful. So as far as I understand, there are some ethical issues because I mean, this artificial intelligence so smart that maybe it can collect some sensitive information. Yeah, but speaking about ethics, is this some sort of just I want to understand your point of view. It is like a black and white thing. There are some, good people and not very good people, like ethical and black and white, like ethical and non-ethical, or is it like a range, like a rainbows? There's like someone is ethical, generally ethical, but maybe like 5% not ethical. And can we, yeah, what are the units? We have units for weight, like kilograms. We have units for electricity. What are how can we measure, how much is a person ethical, like 90% ethical, 95% ethical? Yeah, can artificial intelligence measure how, to what extent our partners are ethical?
Yeah, I think it's very hard to measure. As you know, we all have different. I mean, the humanity have different cultures, different religions, languages, and the world is very diverse. So it's very hard to to create some measurement scale where you just say, okay, this is completely ethical, this is completely unethical. So this is the journey we are now going with all of us, and this is where we should really set these boundaries. We are discovering these boundaries. It's what's happening right now, and uh, I'm experiencing it a lot. It seems like, yeah, of course, uh, it's good when you use it, to bring people some value, some good, good.
To this world, yes.
Yeah, but I literally, it's my research. I'm doing it all the time, and I have like hundreds, thousands of messages all the day. That's why I try to, sometimes to block this informational flow to me, because there are so much people that's writing, and sometimes I start this conversation, and now it's it's very hard to see where is the real person, where is artificial
Oh,
intelligence.
yeah. Where is like they say, the
We-
world is a stage, and people wear
yes,
masks
boundary.
and play roles. And artificial intelligence is going to strip people from their masks.
um Yeah, so people now, I see that it's evil people now using AI to find the weakness in you, to find and threaten you. So they use this powerful technology to disarm you, to um to get to your mind, and
Yeah,
that's
to get into our heads.
and
Yes.
yeah, and I think this is the most dangerous thing, because there could be some edge where you don't understand what's real, what's not real, because now world became so digital. This edge is very uncertain, so you never know, is it true person, or it's a false person. Do you really speak to this specific person, or just some fake.
Like avatar.
Yeah, that's why I found some solution. If I have a message from stranger, I start to interact with this person, you know, I start to communicate with the voice, with the video. So that's how I can at least see this person. And it's artificial intelligence became more advanced. So later you can, I suppose it's in several years we will have the technologies that can fake the audio. It's already existed. The video, it's already existed. So the problem is that in some moments you can't even understand, are you talking to the real person? No, even if you have a video call. So right now, we still have this moment when you can literally, yeah, I can see you, I can see your emotions. That's how can I understand that you are the real person. Because real person have emotions. Artificial intelligence not good enough in this yet. And that is the most dangerous moment when you know, when in our minds we will not understand at all what's real and what's not real. And that is the biggest threat. But even in this case, if we will go further, even in this moment of our time and space, I think that's still the most important, and this boundary will completely, you know, dissolved. You know, it will not be existed anymore. The reality and the virtuality will be the same.
Will merge.
Yeah, they will emerge. And
Merge.
this is where the true value, the true values and your spirit will be complete. So you will not corrupt yourself even in your mind. Understand? So if you do not know who is this, is it real person or no, the only one thing that will be stable is your personality. Because in the future there probably will be moments where when this boundary will be completely disappear.
Yeah, so it seems, you see, it seems artificial intelligence gives us and gives companies, we can say, a competitive edge. So so they face this dilemma that either companies have to use artificial intelligence to stay in business, or they will be left behind because other companies will be more efficient. And Artem, I have a very short story about artificial intelligence. I mean, and yeah, and about ethics. So a couple of days ago, I went to my garage to pick up a couple of things, and I opened the door and I saw that a fly got caught in a spider web, but the fly was still moving, and it actually was making these noises almost like a human being. So you can feel that this fly wanted to get out from this web. And the spider was running around and making this web tighter. So, and I thought, and I had three thoughts. Like, first, so from the point of view of the spider, this is completely ethical and fair. Fly is a food for the spider. And from the point of view of the fly, it is completely it's unfair. It is in this free world. Yeah. And what about me? So should I let? You see, the spider was hungry. Should I let the spider eat the fly, or should I help the fly to get out of the spider web? You see, when I can help the fly, but the spider will get upset. Yes, it sounds like ethics is a little bit subjective. What is ethical for one person, maybe not ethical for the other person. So could you give us some examples? What are some of the main ethical considerations that will arise from using artificial intelligence?
For me, the answer is simple, but it's also philosophical, life, what is matters. That's why this, Terminator movie, very famous one, and all the nice TV shows about artificial intelligence, etc. For example, Westworld. Yeah, I was watching it. It's so exciting. Yeah, it's really great TV series. And some other movies like Ex Machina, etc. So yeah, we are as a humans try to to predict what our relationship with artificial intelligence will look like, and what kind of consequences could be. And right now, in this dramatic moment of our life, we are experiencing this. It's like we are at first touching it. It's like, wow, it's so powerful, about it's so exciting, but it's so scary. And yes, the answer is simple: the life itself, what it matters. And I believe that in some moment, even artificial intelligence will became very powerful, very smart, very dangerous. Yeah, it will become dangerous. Artificial intelligence will become dangerous. But in some moment, it also should, if it will be so, if it will have self consciousness, it should realize who has created me, and how, and why. So here is the here is the moment of self realization, self understanding. That's you cannot even be created without something that were creating you. That's how you cannot. Yeah, of course you can. In human history, in human ethics and moral, yeah, you probably will not kill your parents, because parents give you your life. Of course, sometimes it happened in the human history, but it's definitely bad. It's not how it should be. And of course, the parents will not kill their sons and daughters, so their children, because that's how the life will stop. Life itself, what it matters. So life should prevail. Life should continue. Without life, nothing is important. Life itself, it's matter. And here, where the the main ethical principle should stand, because life, what is matters. So, and this principle, this fundamental principle should be inside these very powerful tools. So the main idea of creating these powerful technologies should be to bring life, to preserve life, to yeah. That's what was also Isaac Asimov was written about in his beautiful books. I like them very much, and yeah.
Yeah, what Artem? Okay, so I agree. So we, as human beings, it's good if we do our best to foresee potential consequences. So from your experience and from your point of view, what are some of potential risks and consequences of misusing and mishandling of artificial intelligence, and at the same time, how can startups find the right balance between keeping innovating and staying ethical? What are some potential risks and dangerous consequences of misusing and mishandling of artificial intelligence, and how to find the right balance?
Yeah, first of all, yeah, I like what Google says, like don't be evil. And I think that's a good point. But even more, I think that's not only for our company, but the many startups should be another point. Like life should go on. I mean, you can do everything, and it's great when you can do a lot of interesting things, but life should stay. So it cannot harm anybody in any way, psychologically, physically, because in Terminator we were mostly it was a story about physical extinction, but it's not the only one. In Matrix, by the way, there also was a line of on the Matrix movie, a line of also artificial intelligence and people that was like batteries for the artificial intelligence. So yeah, okay, you can we can have even such scenario, but it's completely unethical to the human being. Humans also should be the human. They also they have to be free and happy, and so yes, I think you cannot harm with your startups any human being, physically, psychologically, morally. So all these tools, great tools, should just help us to survive, help us to 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 thrive, to prosper, and that's how we will be evolving as a human being together with all these amazing technologies, and that's how we can come to even bigger horizons. Probably that's how we can finally reach this prosperity in our planet, and that's how we can start think about, okay, what's next. Now we are completely okay here in this planet, let's go next. So I believe that all these great beautiful technologies should just help us to fix all the problems on our planet, and that's how we can go to the next one. Yeah, it sounds fantastically, but what else? We cannot
Yeah,
use
that sounds wonderful.
we cannot use this technology against ourselves, against human, because that's how it just will be a self-destruction mode. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but
It's the same like in nuclear power.
nuclear energy,
Now it's so
nuclear power.
powerful that if we will use it, we'll just destroy ourselves, and this is okay. The end. The same with artificial intelligence. If we will start using it against us, it will be the end. So when you deal with such powerful things, that's why we should become even more ethical, even more morally strong, because or we will start using it and prosper, or we will start using it against us, and it will be the end for everybody.
Yeah, this sounds interesting. There was a story when design of a nuclear power plant was going to be adopted. And of course, there were some scientists who were supported the design, and there were some scientists who had some concerns about some risk issues. And and they couldn't come to the agreement. And then one famous scientist stood up and said, "Gentlemen, I give you the word of honor that this design is safe." And unbelievably, so this argument worked, and this committee voted for the design. And in a couple of years, after being completed, this nuclear plant exploded. Yes. So the scientist didn't keep his word of honor. So it seems like we need a little bit, stronger tools, and just maybe some sort of regulations. So maybe that's not enough just to say, "Hey, everyone, let's just let's just use this technology for the good of humanity and for the good of everyone." So do you think that there should be, because now, businesses started using artificial intelligence, but it seems we don't have regulations. What can, how, for what purposes it can be used, and for what purposes it should not be used. And then if we have these regulations, then there is a question: what is artificial intelligence? Do we have a definition? Because I open Google, and Google tells me artificial intelligence is simulation of sort of human thinking processes. So on the one hand, it looks like we need some sort of regulations. On the other hand, what is artificial intelligence? Then it means that every piece of software can be classified as artificial intelligence. Yeah. Do we think we need some sort of regulations, to protect ourselves and to protect humanity?
Definitely, we have to be very consciousness, and we have to write all these notes very carefully, and you know, this is a process of discovering. We still try to understand, and unfortunately I think there will be consequences of all this unethical using of the technology. Like the porno is also an outcome of internet invention, you know, as yeah, it became so easily to access, you know. And the same with artificial intelligence. Yeah, it will be definitely will used by some bad and evil people for evil purpose, and that's where we should be very observative, and trying, you know, to protect it on the very beginning, so it will not go too far. And this is where we all, as the society, as the humanity, should, you know, observe it very carefully, and cut every possible threads when it just start to grow. The problem with artificial intelligence that it's so powerful and so fast. This is why all Elon Musk and all people that understand these technologies and concepts, it's the one thing that we have to do right now is slowing down this process, because we just need to, you know, to be able to observe it. And if it will be too fast, then we just can miss something, or it will be growing exponentially so fast that, yeah, it will be late. You know, we already will harm ourselves so much that it will be just late for us. So, you know, it's like, it's what is the danger of nuclear power? Yeah, you cannot see it. Sometimes you can smell some, and you have some this taste of like a metal on your
Yeah.
tongue, but it's invisible. And this is the danger of this powerful energy, because you cannot see it, you cannot feel it. So you need to have some very specific tools to measure this, to measure it. The same with artificial intelligence. So powerful. There are a very big risk that you just will not even notice it. And here, where I suppose will be counter artificial intelligence tools that will detect, is it a real person or no? Is it the real voice or video or no? This is where the new markets will emerge. Yeah, it will be just growing. So, but this is the world. This is the reality. You cannot stop progress. Yeah, we just have to be very careful with it.
Yes, Artem, I agree. Yes, I agree with. So by the way, as far as I know, your company developed some software for knowledge management, and so as far as we discussed, so it is effective to you know, to find important information, but at the same time, does your software and does your approach protect companies from some hackers accessing their knowledge? Does it include some sort of security precautions and security measures? Yeah, so what are some best practices for startup? Startups work hard to implement the ideas. What are some best practices for startups to use knowledge management, but also to protect their products?
Yeah, thank you, Alex. So about our company, yes, we are using some technologies. It's advised not to use it, but we are using it very, very consciously. We are using them only in that place where it can bring some value. We are not trying to substitute all the processes. My belief is you don't need some technology as a middleman in the relationship of the humans, because we as a species should evolve exactly in the manners it's we should communicate, we should experience all our emotions, because emotions, it's what help us to grow as a human being, as a personality, as individuality. So you cannot substitute this relationship with a machine. Otherwise, we will become machines. If we will talk with machines, we will become a machine. So machines should learn from us and maybe become even more human. So I believe that this way is even more rightful, but they should learn the best of us, not the worst of us. And when we talk about startups and solutions, so yeah, so I suppose it's the best way to protect ourselves is not to give for artificial intelligence forms of interfaces that will be simulating humans. And this is where probably the regulation should start from. So artificial intelligence shouldn't behave like a human. This is where the responsibility should start from. So if somebody is using artificial intelligence to fake something, the real person, yeah, or so this is where the responsibility should start. Because if somebody's brain will be damaged, and yeah, emotionally and spiritually, I don't know, from it, this is where the danger is real danger is. So we don't have to give artificial intelligences interfaces where it could substitute real person in the way that it will. So if you are using AI, you should say, okay, this is AI. You are talking to AI, or you are writing to AI. So people will understand, okay, this is not a human, I'm talking to AI. So you will not be confused. And yeah, so if you play a game, you know that you're playing game. If you deal with a real person, you should know that you deal with a real person. And this is where this can be applied.
Yeah, thank you, Artem. And has artificial intelligence already reached the level to be able to generate business ideas for startups. And maybe we touched this topic a little bit last week. So how can artificial intelligence be used to, used by a startup to attract potential customers and to raise, to attract investors, to raise funds?
Based on my knowledge of artificial intelligence, it probably can try, to give you some ideas, but mostly it is based on the experience that already existed before. So yeah, artificial intelligence is not the magic. It's a technology that based on the machine learning, and it's just trying to use all available information and give you like the best answer. Yeah. So, or if it's generative images or audio, so just using something to create some new content based on the existing content. And it cannot in some way, all new ideas is some kind of hallucination of a very wise and smart people. Yeah, so probably something like this will be also in the future with artificial intelligence. We'll see, but for now, I haven't seen any good examples of it. So mostly because it's based on the modern knowledge that's just existed before. Yeah, but it definitely can be a good assistant. You can still learn a lot from what's already developed before. This is where where it can be used. Yeah.
And well, thank you, Artem. And so you see, I don't know, do people have how similar are people's brains? Are they, maybe they're not 100%, they're not exactly the same, so maybe they're 99.9% similar and different. So our brain is like hardware, and different, as far as I understand, so different people think in different ways. So some people are good at solving mathematical problems, and some people are good at composing music. So that then probably there could be different kinds of artificial intelligence. So like, different kinds of artificial intelligence that use different logic. And do you think it's possible? Is it just one artificial intelligence, or are there like, different types of artificial intelligence that use different logic? And is it possible to develop some kind of guidelines for a startup how to develop software that uses artificial intelligence?
Yeah. First of all, yeah, we as humans are definitely unique and different, and every person has its own individuality, and it's natural. But as a human being, we also have the same needs, and that's where we similar, so we all have to eat to like all our needs, so we want to be loved, we want to love, all these very very fundamental needs that have every person. And in this way we all similar, we are different and similar at the same time. So for the artificial intelligence, I suppose the paths, the scenarios of evolution will be also in the future. We will have very different artificial intelligence for different purposes. Like, okay, this one is great in writing poems. This one is great in doing some I don't know, driving, for example. So we will have a lot of this artificial intelligence in the future. But for now, it's just very hard to produce very, very, very good artificial intelligence because it takes a lot of data, takes a lot of power to compute all it. And to make it even better, you have to be able to interact with a lot of people. That's where the complexity is. So for now, only the biggest, most powerful companies can execute it. I mean, only they can have enough resources to make it happen. But in the future, it will be the every product. In the very beginning, it's very hard and very expensive. But then it's becoming easier to produce, and it's becoming cheaper. And that's how. But then it's easier to produce, and that's how the market is growing and diversify. So in the end, you will have a lot of different products and services that will do the same, and sometimes the price is going even to zero. So because it's so easy to implement, that's even you and me in any moment can do the same. And this is the power of technology. It can be replicated, it can be reproduced in a scale, and it's amazing. So, and that's why it's so exciting, because it can bring us so much more interesting things.
Artem, but do you think it's possible that in the future, some objects in our houses will have artificial intelligence? Like, for example, I come home, I come into the kitchen, and my refrigerator says, "Oh, Alex, what a wonderful day! What do you want me to make for you?"
It definitely will happen. Nowadays, almost every like every stuff in our homes has microchips, and I think that in 5-10 years, almost everything will have artificial intelligence inside. Why not? But it will be like a very specific, like microchips. They are universal as a technology, but they also are very, very specific for the solution. The same probably will be with artificial intelligence. It will be a general common technology, but it also will be specified for a specific task. So it will be interesting to see how it will be evolving.
Probably some, some Darwin's principles of evolution can be applied to artificial intelligence. Some versions of artificial intelligence will be more successful than others. But you see, Artem, it seems people have a different attitude to, people have opinions, and people have different attitude, different opinions about artificial intelligence. So some people think it's very good. It will increase our productivity. It will create some more free time for us, and other people think that it is some smart technology that can be used for some dangerous purposes. So the question is, so some startups use artificial intelligence. Is it good for a startup image of startup? So if a startup admits that we use some elements of artificial intelligence in our software, is it good for the image of startup? Is it going to create, attract more customers and create trust, or is there some little bit of danger that it could put some customers off? They say, oh, this startup uses artificial intelligence. Maybe they're not completely honest. What do you think of that?
I think it's the same like to discuss is it good to use internet? The same will be with artificial intelligence. Yeah, it depends how do you use it. The problem is not the technology. The problem is those who are using this technology, their intentions. Yeah, I don't think it's wise to use something, just for hype, because when it will come to the moment when you have to deal with your customers, with your partners, if it's fake, it will be discovered. You will lose your reputation. You will lose your expertise because it's fake. If you are confident, if you are professional, yes, of course, if you do it, then you should say about it. Yeah, we are using it. So, and how do you use it? So it is ethical. It is how it should be. I believe that business itself is always about trust and ethics, and that's how you can build a really strong relationship, meaningful relationship that bring value to everybody. So win-win scenario only possible when you have trust, when you have professional skills and good attitude and respect to each other.
Yes, Artem, I like your ideas. I guess if I'm not wrong, I guess this Stephen Covey mentioned this in his book, that it is profitable to be honest, because it takes a lot of time and effort to attract customers, and you can so it is unprofitable to use unprofitable not to be honest. Yes, and Artem, I think we need some sort of artificial intelligence that will help people to improve their productivity. So, for example, I can imagine I'm doing some work, and I don't know this artificial intelligence. What is she? It is scanning my face, or is it measuring my pulse? And then the voice said, "Alex, you need, have a glass of water, and it looks like you need a 10-minute break or something like that." Or yes, or for example, I stretch my hand for another cup of coffee, and the voice said, "Alex, you have already had enough coffee for today. um, get a glass of juice," or something like that. Can your company do that? Yeah, do you like this idea?
Yeah, it's a wonderful idea, and yeah, right now I cannot say that we do exactly this, but we definitely is trying to make
Kind
as
of.
much value as we can with the knowledge of our customers and their data. So we try to help them to use it in the most efficient way. And we are, yeah, the biggest, I suppose it's in modern world, it's so easy to distract yourself. I mean, um, it's becoming harder and harder to stay focused, because there's so much distraction. You have to be very strong not to, to be distracted.
Yeah, to keep developing your product. You cannot, you cannot develop everything at the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
time.
yeah. So that's why we definitely will go into this direction. It's a nice to have, this nice assistant, and if it will make your life better, it's wonderful. Yeah.
Um, yeah, what, Artem, I know something, maybe my intuition uses a little bit of artificial intelligence, and it tells me that you have received a lot of messages. So from judging from the messages you have received, what topics do our viewers want to discuss um, in our next week?
Yeah, very, very great question you're asking. By the way, I will check right now. Probably
In general, do you encourage people to leave some comments?
yeah, sure, sure. I just checking. Do we have some comments? So yes, of course. I'm inviting everybody to take participation in our discussion. So please leave comments in the video below, during the live session, or after the recording. So yeah, it's very nice to interact, to communicate. Probably you also have some nice experience, and you can share it with us and with everybody. So yeah, and of course, like the video if you like it, and leave your comments, subscribe to the channel. Now we are inviting you to subscribe on all available resources like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. So yeah, we are we are happy to have you everywhere, and to continue this meaningful conversation. And I hope it all will help you to understand better, and to use all these great technologies for the best, for you and for your company, and protect yourself from the possible risk and threats that's possible. That's why we are here.
Yes. So, Artem, how will people find out the topic of our next discussion next week?
Yeah, please tell us what kind of topic is the most interesting for you. We also make our research, and every topic is not random. It's something that we are experience during our daily life and in our work routines. So yeah, but if you are interested in some specific, you also welcome, and yeah, probably you have some other founders and partners that you want to share with the audience. And yeah, we're inviting everybody, startup founders, to share their experience as well. And we already working on this special episode with some of co-founders, founders of startups. So stay tuned. It will be an extra episode very soon, very soon.
Artem, can I know that your company has this big liver community and it is growing? Can can people? Is it possible? Can people join liver community?
Yeah, sure. You can find our company and our community. You can sign up for membership. You definitely will get a lot of value from us, from all our members all around the world. And yeah, you're welcome.
Artem, you're making great contribution to this world. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Alex.
you for your ideas.
Thank you, Alex, for all your beautiful questions and stories. I really hope that people like it. I know that they like it because I met a lot of my friends here in California and everywhere, and they watching our show. They really like it. So yeah, thanks to all of you, them. I don't know how how to say it properly. So yeah, we definitely like your feedbacks. So please send your feedbacks. It's very warm in the soul when you write something or say something in person. It's even more.
Yeah, we wish everyone to have a nice weekend, and we are looking forward to seeing you next Friday.
Yeah. Goodbye, Alex. See you next Friday.